Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Now just before I dive in there and pull your cards for today, I'd just like to say I am an experienced and professional, holistic and spiritual counsellor and mentor, and I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as spiritual and holistic counselling and mentorship, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person, and also astrology birth charts. Just check out the details in the description box below this video for more information. So let's dive in there guys, and let's see what messages the cards have for you, for both you and your person's love journey thus far, and also let's see what messages the cards have for you about your person. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so you're coming in with the Wheel of Fortune, and you are also coming in with Lovers here in your reading. So the Wheel of Fortune is about Aquarius and Sagittarius, Uranus and Jupiter. Alright, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Okay. Sagittarius rules your 9th house. Alright guys, Jupiter does, I should say. And it is about a higher level of learning. Here it's about coming away from patterns and habits. Here, an outdated belief system. Here in your reading it does talk about changes, needing to make changes here in terms of the Wheel of Fortune. Now coming in with, and I will speak more to that, now coming in with the Lovers card, you're coming in with Gemini. Now Gemini rules the 3rd house, and you are coming in with Mercury. Mercury rules the 3rd house. Alright, and that's about communication here. It does talk about relationships, it's about interacting here. Alright guys. It talks about social circles, it can talk about the status quo, it can talk about friends and family here. And with the Wheel of Fortune coming in here in your reading for both you and your person, it's about wanting to not so much walk away from the people that you've already established relationships with here. What it can talk about there is wanting to know new people here. Alright, but also wanting to build deeper relationships with the people that you already know here in your reading. Okay, see, it can come in as here in your reading, I don't want to be negative here, but it can come in as, well, I want to know new people now. You could be, this is both you and your person, you could be networking with new people here. There's a want and a need to do that. That's what I'm getting here. It's talking about by learning what you've learned from the relationships that you've already established with people. It's helping both you and your person to build better relationships is what it's talking about here. Better relationships. It's also talking about here how to build better relationships. It also talks about here in your reading how to relate to people here, how to connect with people here in your reading. Yeah, because that's all coming in with Uranus as well here. It also talks about here in your reading, I want to say there is some kind of level up happening here. Yeah. Because you don't socialize the way in which you used to. you did in the past here. Here, where it was all about the party, it was all about the drinking here, because you would be coming in with patterns and habits here with the Wheel of Fortune. You could come in with toxic addictions as well here in your reading, but there's a realization about that. That's what it's saying. There's an awareness that's happening here about the relationships that, for both you and your person, about the relationships that you have established already. And like I said, it can come in as, here guys, because of the way in which you built those relationships. Like I said, now you know how to build better ones. Now you want to build better ones. Now you relate better to people here. All right, even your person here. All right, let's go. So that was the now. What's happening now for both you and your person? All right, guys, what you're looking at, what you're dealing with, situations that both you and your person could be dealing with at this point in time. Thank you. Okay. So now we're coming in with obstacles and challenges here. Okay. All right, so you're coming in with the Magician card, which is Virgo. You're also coming in with the Eight of Swords, and you're coming in with the Two of Cups here. So Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Okay, and Mercury rules your 6th house. And when I spoke about Sagittarius here and Uranus here, what I pick up here in your reading is it comes in as, so how do I re-establish here in your reading, reconnect with you, the viewer. This is your person. How do I do that? Here. What is the correct action? What is the correct action to take? Here, coming in with the Two of Cups to attain this. Here. Because even though your person and even yourself is coming in with the Magician card, in terms of self-mastery here, all right, there is still a fear here to get it correct, to get it right. Here in your reading, when you're coming in with the Eight of Swords, it comes in as, how do I create balance? And so what that can talk about here in your reading is actually the past cycle, coming in with the Wheel of Fortune. When I spoke about the relationships that both you and your person had already established here, and I spoke about those patterns and habits and toxic patterns of addiction here, there may have been an unfairness here. Unfair. There may have been judgment, to be quite honest, here in your reading, where for both you and your person, you kind of judged and blamed each other. You judged and blamed each other, I get here. You may have even been resentful, and you may have even reacted here. it does come in here in your reading. See, in order to know what needs to change here, guys, you've actually got to know what you've been through. You've got to know and understand what you've been through here. The patterns and habits that you developed here, guys, those toxic patterns of behaving. You also need to know negative attachments here and negative energy here in your reading. Hence why you come in with the Eight of Swords, and hence why it comes in as, how do I make this right? How do I come in correct here? Because what it talks about here with the Eight of Swords, one way in which I could see it here, guys, in terms of creating that balance here in your reading, is that it can't be just from your person here to create the balance. It actually can come in as the both of you need to take the correct action here. See, it would be easy to say it was all your person's fault here and judge and blame, like I said here in your reading. But there is an element here for both you and your person to be responsible, to be accountable here. Yeah, for what went on, because coming in with the Magician card, what it talks about there is what you had created, what you brought into your reality here, what your person brought into their reality here in your reading. Talks about the Wheel of Fortune. That's how it's also coming in here, guys. See, it could also talk about here in your reading not having that awareness, not knowing here, guys, what you know now for both you and your person, because you could very well be getting those intuitive nudges. Yeah. Yeah. That it needs to change, coming in with Uranus here. I just want to pull some more cards here, guys. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Now, what I pick up there, guys, what I'm also picking up, now I just want to come back to these obstacles and challenges here. So, what the obstacles and challenges are talking about here in your reading, it comes in as for your person here, and maybe, of course, even yourself. Here it is. It does come in here. So how do I go back towards you? How does your person come towards you here? See, they haven't stopped. They never let go. They haven't stopped. They can't stop, in a sense, their feelings, the way in which they feel about you here. There is reconciliation here in your reading. See, potentially here in your reading, your person is going to be quite serious. Your person is serious about you, but a lot has happened. A lot has been happening here, is what it also talks about here in your reading. So your person has, how could I say that? Like I said here, in the past, coming in with the Wheel of Fortune here, your person was unaware of you here and what you could bring to the table. That's what it's also talking about here. Yeah, of course, they saw you. They knew a bit about you here, but they didn't know what they know now. That's what it's saying. And so what your person has become, well, what they realize now here in your reading is that, well, I want to say you're the complete package, but let me break that package down. All right, guys, it comes in as over time, your person has gotten to know more and more about you here. They know more and more about you, and it has created that awareness within your person here in your reading, that it comes in with that judgment here, guys, when I spoke about blame and resentment here, what it talks about there in your reading is that for them, for your person, it's like it's coming in as, I can't believe I treated you that way. But what it also talks about there in your reading is, I can't believe that I was that kind of person. Hence why you come in with the Eight of Swords. Now, of course, this can be both you and your person here. I didn't know here, see, know, understand here, you the viewer. I didn't know what it was all about. And because of that not knowing, here there's a word for it, eh? The word is ignorant here, guys. Yeah. When you know the truth, but you choose to ignore the truth here. All right. Yeah. Yeah. That I ignored the truth about myself here, the truth about me and my reality. That's what's coming in here. And because your person is beginning, well, because they know that, I think it's solid that they know the truth about themselves and their reality. Remember, I spoke about the relationships that they have established here in the past. All right, guys, because they know that, that's how they know you. That's what it's saying. Because I want to say that there's a difference here. And that difference is the truth. That's what it's saying. Because they're beginning to understand and know you better here, now they're beginning to see the truth about you, but more importantly about themselves here. Now they struggle to fix it. They struggle to find the correct path, the correct way. That's what it's talking about. They struggle with the correct action. Because in the Wheel of Fortune, all right, in this past cycle, they never had to take the correct action. Or what they may have perceived as the correct action for your person, maybe a better way of saying it. Now, this is for both you and your person here. what they thought was the correct action, was the correct action. But now that they have this awareness, when it comes to taking the correct action here, it means for your person here in your reading, it's a big step. It's a huge step for them here. So speak with compassion and speak with empathy here. Watch your reptilian words. Alright, guys? Yeah, what would be easy to say here in your reading, there's a saying. I want to try and remember that saying here. Yeah, there is a negative way in which we could look at your person here, but that would do no good. All right. Well, the best way in which I could say it here, guys, is that you proved them wrong. But what it can also talk about here, guys, they proved you wrong too. Here, coming in with the Two of Cups. All right, now let's move into the potential outcomes. So you're coming in with the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and you're coming in with the Fool card here in your reading. Well, they know that it's you here. Yeah. So your person actually, they know that you too have choices here, coming in with the Lover's card. They also know that you have established relationships with people here. You have networks, you have social circles here. You may be quite well known just as much as your person here. Okay, guys? Yeah. And with the Knight of Cups, what it can talk about there in your reading, well, for your person is wanting to take action towards you. Because what I get here in your reading, to be quite honest, collective, you could very well be taking action here in another direction. But what I also get with the Knight of Cups coming in here is that you attract a lot of attention here. Now, coming in with the Fool card, you're coming in with Aries. Aries rules your first house, Mars. Alright, guys. Now, your first house is all about self. Alright. I like to see it as your mental health and well-being. Okay, guys. Now, and so Mars is actually going through Leo. Am I right? 1 minute, guys. Sorry, it's in Virgo. So what I get here is that your person knows that you're driven, you're ambitious here. You have this magnetic charisma, sort of is what it's talking about. Yeah. Okay, so what I also pick up there in your reading, is that you're aesthetically pleasing here. It's your physical appearance here, guys. All right, you're quite attractive. Coming in with the Nine of Cups here, guys. You're considered a wish fulfillment here. All right, let me keep going here. Yeah. You're not limited. You're not limited here. You have an element of freedom to do the things that you love to do. But what it talks about there in your reading is that you don't limit yourself here, Do you understand what I'm saying? You try things, you keep trying things, coming in with the Fool card. There's an element of risk here. You give things a go and see where it's going to go. But when you give things a go, synchronicities kick in and you meet people. That's what it talks about. You meet people here. You meet new people that you find interesting in a sense. Here in your reading, it's coming in that way as well when you're coming in with the Fool card. Yeah. Quite confident here. Yeah, you dream big. Is that the right way to say it? So what I pick up there is that if you have a passion here, your person, well, I think this is the both of you, because this could even be your person. You like to set goals for yourself. You like to strive. That's what it's saying. Yeah. I was going to say you're not a lazy person in a sense here. But let's keep going. All right, guys. Let's come in with that voice. Ooh. Wow. They recognize you now. This person is in love, guys. Yeah. They do see you as the Nine of Cups. Here in your reading, yeah, they're going to come in as the Knight of Cups. They see you as the Nine of Cups here. But this person is actually in love with you. So, what I can say about the King of Cups is what it talks about there is take a chance here. And get to know your person. Get to know this person here. Here in your reading. Because I get with the King of Cups is this person knows what love is now. Because they know what love isn't. They actually know what non-love is. They actually know the truth about love because they once had a perception of love. Here in your reading. But to take the chance on love is something that's quite, like I said, quite scary. But it's quite scary for the both of you here. See, but what the King of Cups doesn't understand here is that you see them as their ultimate abundance, as your ultimate abundance here. You've got that here in your reading. Alright, guys. They know now. But they keep it to themselves here. If they want to, that's fine. But there's a want to say something. There's a want to do something about it here. Yeah. They're quite passionate about you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your reading. I appreciate, and I'll catch you later. Bye.